good, guys? Welcome back to LegendBTV. Hi. How you doing today? Another Dan discussion. Yay. Yeah. You guys seem to enjoy those, so I got another topic on hand. But before that, I just wanted to announce that tomorrow is my B-Arth Day. Yeah, my day of birth, my day of awakening from the evils of the overworld. Yeah, so yeah, warning, you may hear cat noises. Okay. Not only is it my birthday, but you know,
God, this thing won't shut up.
I will not be revealing how old I am, but let's just say that on tomorrow, that may give you an idea. But anyways, yeah, so it's gonna be like my birthday, guys. Oh, I'm the only one excited? Oh, okay. One thing I would love, more than anything in the whole wide world, from you BTVers, yeah, I would love if you guys maybe could, I don't know, possibly take a few of your Earth seconds and stream one of my songs, or maybe all of them, or whatever, on Spotify, Apple Music, or your preferred music service. It's free. Go away! Cats these days. Now, we're going to talk about the topic at hand. So, the reason why I got this topic for the video, and this is Dan Schneider's habit to reference his older shows. Like, I've never seen a guy just make as many jokes, about older shows as this guy had. The reason why I wanted to talk about this was, actually, I have been recently watching a bunch of Game Shakers episodes because, like, I've been bored with nothing to do around, like, 10 in the morning, and that's been on Teen Nick, so I've just been like, you know what, let's watch it, and really, it's not that awful of a show. Like, when I say it's still, like, the weakest Dan Schneider show, in my opinion. It's mediocre, but it's like it's still like all right to watch. It occasionally gets a small laugh out of me. I don't really want to return to it, but I am interested in watching it just to see what happens on these stories. Like, Schneider's Bakery just has that, I don't know, charm, that je ne sais quoi, if you will. Anyway, especially in Game Shakers, though, like, boy, we'll get to that, but like, the references, like, pile on. You may be wondering, though, some people, like, never have seen some of his shows. Like, maybe they've only seen Game Shakers or Henry Danger or something. They have no idea what some of the older stuff is that he's referencing. Sometimes it will be, like, a blatant reference. Like, it would be, like, he would, like, show an episode of Drake and Josh or something on one of his other shows, like Game Shakers. And sometimes it literally would just be, like, a blink and you miss it verbal nod during a conversation. Like, someone would be like, oh, where do you want to go to dinner, for example. Someone from Game Shakers would be like, oh, let's go to the Groovy Smoothie. I mean, obviously I've never seen, up to this point, I've not seen all the Game Shakers episodes, I've never seen someone utter those words out of their face hole. But I'm just saying, guys, that is like that is on par for what you would expect from the dialogue of these modern Schneider's Bakery shows, especially. But, like, what's weird is, like, no, it seems like he really just got reference heavy on us. Like, on the Drake and Josh days, yes, there were, slight references to, like, the Amanda show and stuff. Like, I know Dune Buggy, I believe Drake and or Josh, they're, like, the part where they blow up the TV. Someone is watching the Amanda show. It's very quiet, but I can tell, like, I don't know why I can tell, but I can tell that is Miss Mandy herself on that TV screen. Even though we can't see the screen, we can still hear the audio. It comes up, like, just occasionally. It's like, oh, so it's funny, and it's like, it's a cool little nod. It's like, oh yeah, that guy did that show. Like that's all fine and cute, but it's like, it seems like over the years he got, like, just crazy about, like, inserting reference gags. Like, some of these shows just get plumb ridiculous with the, I don't like plums, but they get plumb ridiculous with the amount of nods to previous shows, to the point where I'm like, why are those nods actually funnier to, like, notice and react to than most of the actual new jokes in the episode? And it's like, oh, well, I can think of a couple reasons. One, maybe it's just that like his humor, the brand of humor he uses, just like really got kind of stale. And I mean, naturally it is stale. Like it's basically gassing up an old car. Yeah, it's a new tankard of gas for the car. You know, you know, it's like, oh, it's gonna feel new because you just gassed it up, but it's still the same old car. You know, like you got actors, new actors, but like most of the jokes, like the style of the jokes is like, yeah, it's not varied in any way. Which it doesn't have to be. I mean, a lot of times the jokes are still funnier-ish. It's just a serious sign that he's just past his prime because he's just like doing nothing but talking about, oh yeah, Drake and Josh, or like, oh, you know, some of these older shows, and it's like, that's cool, that's great, but it's like you have this show now. It's like we kind of don't need to, you know, make a whole bunch of jokes. I think it's like easy to just to put in references to older shows as placeholders for jokes, and it's like, well, yeah, but like, I don't know. It just shows a lack of confidence in yourself now. It's like, you know, you're just like, these shows aren't going to be anywhere near as good as the older ones. So it's like, why not just like, you know, boost morale for these new shows by just, you know, feeding off of nostalgia, which it seems like a lot of people do, you know. It's like, nostalgia. I only like my nostalgia in the future variety, alright? Like, I don't like, you know, past nostalgia, yeah. So, when you reference Drake and Josh, you do have to remember, Danny, that some of the kids, like, don't have, like, Teen Nick, and some of the kids, like, wouldn't know what Drake and Josh even is, I feel like. There probably are kids today that do not know what that show is. Oh, you know? And, like, you know, there are, like, kids, you know, grown adults, and everything else, people who do not know what that show is, and it's like, although that is a sin, a tragedy, you know, it's like, they're not gonna get your reference, man. They're not, buddy. Sorry. From the blatantly obvious ones to the cleverly snuck in ones, there are times where he references things that I'm like, oh my god, if I didn't have such a vast knowledge of the Schneiderverse, then I would, you know, obviously that joke would fly over my head, but like, since I do know what he, a lot of times what he references, like, he's extremely blatant about, like, when he makes, like, a reference to something, it's like, you know it's a reference. Like, if he references pop culture, if he references, you know, like, not, it doesn't even have to be his own shows, it could be, like, pop culture, it could be unpopped culture, everything else, you know, and it's very blatant, and, you know, that can be a good or bad thing depending on what kind of critic you are. I think in general it's good, because a lot of times, you know, most of the times I actually laugh on the modern Schneider shows is actually at these old jokes. Like, if I see, you know, if I'm watching Henry Danger and I see Freddie Benson pop up on the screen, like what? You know, and then it'd be surprising, it'd be like, oh, and then it would be pretty funny. But, you know, other than that, I mean, but that has been my video today. I really wanted to just make a quick video here, because tomorrow I return to school. So, yeah, that really sucks. Yeah, like, I'm returning to classes on my day of awakening. Ooh, whoever made that idea shall face the wrath on February 33rd. Yes, they shall. So, anyways, bye. I'm LegendBTV. You know, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think below of, like, Schneider's constant referencing of things, you know. So, let me know what you think about that, and I will be back with you. I'll be back with you with more videos soon. Until then, bye.